trust me, they're gonna sign it before there's a big pot of money
Yes.
on the table. And once it is, the deal changes. And I've had it happen. So it's just kind of people are, penny fool, right? Like it's like dollar whatever that slogan is.
I
It's
know
like
it's I
spending two
know exactly
thousand
which one you're
bucks on
trying to
like
hit.
legal fees to get everything in order. They'd rather spend that on X, Y, or Z, right?
Yes.
And like eventually they'll maybe make the LLC when they go to an accountant because they got this 1099 for real money. It's like, oh, well, you did everything through your personal account, so now this is way more of a problem and more to figure out than if you deposit all the money in the corporate account and you
Yeah.
went to Best Buy and you used the paid boost with Instagram and you just literally operated the business the way any other business would. And people don't think about being a content creator, being a musician, being a streamer, whatever, podcast or whatever it is from that regard, right?
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Fireside Gamer Chat. I'm your host, Commando FDW. We got my favorite dude over here, BKB, and a very, very dope special guest today. We got our man Justin here. Justin, just give the audience a synopsis of who you are and what you're about.
Hey everyone, I'm Justin Jacobson. I'm an entertainment, sports, and esports and gaming kind of content creator attorney in New York City. So I handle contracts, copyrights, trademarks, business and immigration stuff for talent and professionals in these spaces. And I'm also an author and a professor of these different areas. So very involved in this whole entertainment and creative world.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Like,
Okay.
yeah, he's a
That's
big
a list.
name. Yeah, he's a big like I know I didn't know about the immigration part. I was like, oh, dude, you do immigration stuff too? Like, Jesus, you helping everybody.
Yeah, you gotta help get it all in, like that's a really big ticket, especially in the talent world, and in the esports stuff, just because so many players coming from, other countries here and
All
competing.
over.
So there's a lot of stuff that, goes into it.
Yeah,
No,
it
that
has
is great.
evolved also so much that it's like real sports, you know. Actually, people from different regions do move to another region just to play for a team, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
and they learned like, there's some, for example, League of Legends Korean players that legit moved to USA and they had to learn the language. They literally had zero capabilities, not even beginner level, and they just do it because that's the world we live in. Like esports is the biggest sport.
Yeah. No, for sure. So Justin, I definitely want to just kick this off because like you are, you are who people should be talking to when it comes to starting a brand, creating a content creating business, even like streamers. I guarantee you've probably dealt with a couple streamers as well, and as well as esports athletes. What? Because obviously this wasn't a huge industry back in the day. So what made you shift over to helping, the gaming community?
I've always been a lifelong gamer. Oldest memories remember of playing Nintendo. Like I always remember me like holding the duck gun
Oof.
against the TV screen, like thinking that, oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm gonna get it quicker because it's on the like I don't know, whatever 7-year-old Justin thought that if the gun was right against the TV
It's
screen,
gonna work.
I would be able to. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
So going through Sega to N64 to Xbox, kind of through all that stuff. So it's always been kind of part of me and kind of always been in the entertainment, sports, and fashion world. Kind of started in that, and I kind of really saw what was going on in the gaming world. I've been like a lifelong like StarCraft and StarCraft 2 guy, so
Oh,
I kind of
nice.
knew in Korea and Asia that like pro gamers like like it was a big thing there. Like I kind of knew about it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like anything that was like, oh, that's gonna really happen here, right? Like everyone
Exactly.
thought soccer was gonna happen here, but like soccer's not happening here, and that's just what it is. But so once a couple years later, I kind of started to see it getting a lot bigger here, and developing and noticing that there was definitely a need for you know educated people that understand, the creator brand building, from a talent
Yes.
perspective. I saw a lot of legal similarities from kind of the music world and some of that stuff and how it kind of applied to, streamers, content creators, pro gamers, So there was just like a lot of synergy and a lot of
Okay.
similarities. So it really kind of was like, okay, well, I really like this stuff. There's really not that many people doing it at a high level, and most of them kind of aren't from the same pedigree, the same background and
Yes.
knowledge as I come from. So I had a different spin and a different approach. So, I just jumped in and kind of from there it was just like, hey, like I'm Justin, this is what I do. And,
Yeah,
over time, the more you do, the better you get. And,
this is true.
that's kind of, that's all you can do.
This is very true. Repetition is key in any field, regardless of what you're doing. Like the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's just definite, bound to happen. Dude, that's
Right.
amazing.
Well, they call it the practice of law because it's like you're practicing and getting better. The stuff I'm doing now is not the same stuff I was doing 3 to 5 years ago. A
Correct.
decade ago. It's just better, just more polished, more. And just that's just what it is. And there was nothing wrong with what I was doing then. It's just now it's just another level of everything.
Correct. Correct. And because yeah, like you started off in just like normal entertainment, like with when it comes to like handling brands and LLCs and all that.
Music and TV and art and fashion. Being in New York, there's just so many creative elements happening.
That's
Right? It's
true.
like you have musicians who are also artists, who are also fashion designers, and athletes that are fashion. And it's just like everyone is in all these different verticals. So you kind of help them with all of them, and you kind of just become familiar and understand how they kind of work together, and
Yeah.
you know then it kind of moved over to the content creator streamer space, right? It's the same stuff, merchandise, appearances, like it's just a different medium, right? It's like you're not
Yes.
selling a song, you're having a live stream, which is kind of like your own variety show, right? Like if you ever saw the
Yeah.
Truman Show as a movie,
I
like
love the
that's what
Truman
live
Show.
streaming is. Like everything on screen should be for sale. Everything behind you, everything you like, it's for
Yeah.
sale. And it's just like you can run your own show. Look at what Kai Cenat does. Like it's a variety show, and like he has like super duper celebrities wanting to go on, right? Like
Yeah, they
they're not
want to be
paying.
on
It's
there
not
now.
paying them to come on, And I'm not gonna say that Kevin Hart is paying to be on, but I'm saying that
You never know.
there's there's a mutual benefit for both of them that it's worth it for them,
Yes.
right? So that to me is like this is like a variety show, but it's like you can control it, you can start it, and you control what's shown. How So it's the evolution of the entertainment business and media world, in my opinion.
That is no. I think that's pretty spot on. I think you're absolutely correct because that's the, every year, every decade, the medium grows into something else. Like back in like 20 years ago, no one was gonna think that internet shows would be doing more and making more profit than a TV broadcast.
For the movies, right? That nobody goes to the movies
Movies.
anymore, right? Like no
Exactly.
one
No
thought
one
that the
goes to the
movies
movies
were
anymore.
gonna
Everyone
die
just
in
watches it
space.
on their streaming app. So yeah, no, that's I'm glad it's good to see someone taking initiative and realizing that, there's a trend happening, things are moving in a direction and it seems like you just took that by the reins and just went with it.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? Like it's just like I had I knew, and like I said, I knew that it was bigger elsewhere. So like
Yes.
it was starting to grow here. It was like it was only a matter of time before the Ninja Drake kind of watershed moment like crossed it over to where like
Yeah.
when I started having a conversation, you'd be like, oh, like Ninja Drake, Fortnite. I could throw those three things out, and like all of my entertainment people like knew what I was kind of talking about, right?
Under
They heard about a
100%.
Twitch stream for Fortnite, right? Like it started to get a bit more of a mainstream entertainment media kind of, respect and for whatever how else to call it.
Nice, and it's awesome because also, if you guys didn't know, Justin also does his own podcast as well, and so
I think podcasting is fun. I always enjoy engaging with people. It's definitely a good way to kind of, develop relationships.
yeah,
I think it gives you the opportunity to have interesting conversations and learn new things. And if it's exciting, then people will watch it. Or if it's informative, then people will watch it.
yeah.
I don't know if people watched it, but
Oh,
like
people
I
watch it.
definitely was at like random PAX East where people were like, "Oh, like I
Yeah.
like watched your podcast." I was like, "Really?" Like just
Yep.
some random person that like why listen to it. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm
Hey, if
glad
you
that
How,
like
somebody
you
was
said,
just
you bring
throw it
good
out into the world."
information.
Yes.
how does your schedule look like then? Like, how are you able to do all these things? If you don't mind sharing
How
a
are
Well,
you
bit
I
of
able to
information.
juggle all these
Yeah.
different business
I feel like
practices?
'Cause
yeah, well,
you have a long list of things you do, and and I'm just curious how you make it.
I'm a machine. No, I mean I think that
Machine,
these entertainment world
AI.
are really, like 24/7 ish. I don't want to like. It's just like yeah, like I'm definitely working on Saturdays and Sundays and
Cool.
like grinding and building. And because it's your own thing, it's like okay, well I'm building for my own thing, and it's like a different mentality. And it's
Yeah,
always hard to explain to people like that like aren't doing that like hey, like I go to work from 9 to 5, and like every 2 weeks I get money, and like the money's kind of the same, and like every year I get a Christmas bonus, and like
Yeah.
every year I get like a little bit of a rent. It's like that's amazing, and like
Good to
part
have.
of me is like if I can go back in time, that was probably what I, whatever. But that's not the path. So the path is that I'm on, and it requires, dedication and drive to kind of achieve what you're hoping to achieve. And I don't think I'm anywhere near where I'm trying to be at, and knowing where other people are doing and what I'm trying to do, it kind of pushes you to be like, okay, well, I want to keep doing these things, and you know, finding, even like this was yeah, like, oh, that's cool that you guys are interviewing people. Like, I'd love to, talk to you guys and see what it's all about.
Yeah,
Because
no, I
like,
was
for
super
me,
glad when you
no,
hit us
anything
up.
is not a good opportunity for a nice conversation. Especially about fun stuff like this.
Of course, yeah, no, and it's like you said, it is the culture that we're in now. This is like a thing that's become pretty household and pretty staple in people's lives. Like everyone knows a content creator or a streamer or an influencer or even an esports player to some degree. So it's good that you got ahead of it. And
yeah.
I saw your podcast before I even started podcasting. So and I was always impressed with like the people you had on, the conversations you guys had. Like it was like you said, it was informative. I learned something every time I watched it, and I was like, that's what I want to bring to the world. That's what I feel like everyone should be doing, is trying to teach people to live in the world that we are in now.
Yeah,
Just a
for a
little
good
bit more
cause.
Bill Nye. Like to begin, like when I started, like I kind of evolved it over time. Where like I did like a little mini lecture. Like, as I'm trying to be like a Bill Nye the Science guy for esports. Like I'd have an esports sponsorship convo, and I'd explain sponsorship and deliverables, and like kind of throw out some like knowledge. And then over time, I just threw that out. I was like, okay, like
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just gonna
lie,
like
that sounds
start
cool
the
though.
convo. Yeah, it was good, but it just like I felt like it flowed better when I didn't have like a little bit of a monologue to start after I intro them. Where it was like, "Hey, this is the guest. This is what they've done. So tell us about your past." Right? It like
Yeah,
started to flow better, right? And I think that's one of the things about creating content. And like you said, you try some things, maybe it doesn't work, doesn't flow. You try some other things. You see what sticks and what feels more natural, right? Like
yes,
it's never going to be perfect the first time, right? I think that's the advice to people. It's like you just got to do it, right? It's like how you do all these things, because like I started a podcast and it was fun, and like it was what it started as, and it evolved, and then I added like my 3 questions, and that became like a recurring segment that I started to do. And it was just interesting to see that segment itself and like what people's answers were. And
yeah,
so it was just like it evolved, like, and I think
Yeah.
that then I made a new show because I had got a sponsor that wanted that kind of direction, and that started out like, okay, well, this wasn't what I did 150 episodes of this esports
dang,
show, so it was like I had done like a substantial,
that's a lot.
body at that. During
That's a lot.
COVID,
Yeah.
it was like, what else were you doing except making
True.
podcasts, right? And every guest was nothing. They were like,
Yeah,
what
the
else am
best
I doing?
time.
I ain't doing nothing today, so I guess we're doing
Yeah.
on the pod. I guess we're hopping on a podcast.
Yeah, like I was just booking like just booking them, and then like just evergreen content where like I tried to be like, hey, like don't talk about what's happening this week. Say like recently we did this, or
Oh my
like
god.
like you have to be a little bit more strategic. Where it's like, don't say last Saturday I did this. It's like last Saturday. This is gonna come out in 2 months from now. Like
Yeah, it's
last
like that's
Saturday's
not
not
the
gonna
last
line
Saturday.
up.
Exactly. That's a good. I'm glad that you said that word because that's something I just learned about. Like, trying to start my own brand and creating all these different revenues and different paths that I'm taking. I didn't know what evergreen content was, and that is just I didn't understand it. So if you could explain it for me, because I still can't even explain it, but I understand it.
Well, yeah, so it's kind of like stuff that's like never gonna be like topical. Of like, oh, the Stranger Things finale just happened. Like that's something that's like very topical, whatever. Where like Evergreen is like, what is music publishing, right? Like music
Mm.
publishing isn't gonna change, right? Like this is something where you can watch it. Why should you trademark your gamer
Years
tag,
from
right? Like
now.
the reasons aren't gonna change, right? It's always gonna if you watch it, it's always gonna be like, okay, right? Like you get this and that and this and that, right? Like it may be new evolutions and it may be more, but like that is always going to be like kind of up to date, right? Like an evergreen tree that's always around lasts longer. Whereas who's going to win the football game this weekend, that's not evergreen,
Yeah,
right?
of
Like it
this
doesn't
year. Yeah,
matter
because then
after
like
it happens.
5 years from now, it's not relevant, essentially.
Or even a week, like the day
Even a
after, it's like,
week.
okay, great, right? It's like, okay, like who's gonna win the football game this weekend? Okay, great. We talk about it. We talk about it, and then it's like, okay, great. That person happened. We can talk about what we thought about the game, but now we can talk about who's in the next one, right? Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna go back to look at your predictions for who they thought was gonna win the game
that's totally
because the game
true.
happened already, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And see, I feel like that is something that a lot of people just like in general, whether you're streaming, doing content creation, like in you where you're doing like social medias and stuff like that, is something that's something that like I mean, no one taught really. I mean, I was from a time where no one got taught how to be a content creator, how to be a podcaster. Like there was no tools, no rule book, no classes you could take, but now there's
Are
enough
there? I
information
never
flowing
play.
because
Are
like
there? There's like how to be podcaster 101 classes.
yeah, I mean
Oh,
now I think if
that,
you go on LinkedIn you could
yeah,
probably
there's
like get a certificate.
definitely
Yeah.
there's guides and classes for everything nowadays. Like
Press
so
play.
yeah. But
Talk
it's not
about
about, but it's about the quality of it. I personally
Mhm.
haven't looked into one, but I know for a fact there are. But again, it's about the quality. It's not very mainstream thing, so uh, I don't think it's really a thing. There might be a few, but yeah, there's
it's
still room
growing. It's a
for it.
growing space.
Yeah, it's growing, but there's still room for it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's also a very niche thing because at the end of the day, it comes down to a lot to in regards to personality.
True,
Either
true.
you're a either you're a pro player and everyone's watching you because of your gameplay, right? Credibility, or they're watching for your personality,
Your
which would be
personality, what you bring to the
the
table.
yeah you yeah the jokes or the
Your awesome
knowledge
hair.
about politics, or whatever, or the hair, yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
There's
you're not
niche
wrong.
for
Someone
everything.
someone called me out. They're like, "Yo, did you do that just so you could create a brand?" I was like, "Honestly, I swear to God, I didn't. I just made it into a brand. It's completely different. It's vice versa."
Yeah,
And
No,
that's
it's
why
a
it's more
yeah,
authentic. It's like you didn't do it
yeah,
for the
exactly.
attention. You did it, and then it just stood
It's
out.
yeah,
you.
and then it just
Yeah,
stood out while I
it
was
is
doing all
you.
these things. Exactly. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so you're based out of New York. Do you attend a lot of events to like? How do you go scouting for like talent for like to
Yeah,
help
I
people?
definitely try to go to networking events, industry events. There's a lot of stuff going on in the city. Going them pretty frequently. Host some of my own.
Oh,
Sometimes go to
nice.
other conventions and stuff. So definitely trying to be out there meeting people. I think some of the best people are out there also trying to meet people and like I said, being in New York, you just have a lot of people that are doing different stuff and a lot
Yeah.
of everyone's a content creator at this point. Like half the room is content creators, the rooms I'm in, and it's like, okay, well, I do all the stuff that you need, and you should trademark your name and make an LLC or corporation and
Yes.
get contracts with photographers and logo designers and all this other stuff that you're doing. And hey, well, this is what I do, and it's just like trying to let them know that someone like me exists, right? I think that's half the battle, or
That is.
why they need someone like me, and that's kind of part of the education process. It's like, hey, I've written articles on trademark and IP protection for podcasting, right? Like,
Yes.
you search podcasting on my website, there's a couple articles on it, just because it's like, okay, well, these are some things that if you're operating a podcast, you should be aware of, right?
Correct.
Because I have some clients that have podcasts or have launched them or protected their podcast name
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it might be. So again, that's all part of the entertainment stuff. So it's like maybe a musician is also want to do a podcast. So it's like I don't have to say I'm a podcasting lawyer, right? It's like, oh well, entertainers. I service entertainers and celebrities and influential, and like this is part of what they need. They need
Yes.
someone to
Yeah,
help
yeah,
them do this, then
to,
that. I
to
kind of
guide them.
yeah, and it's like yeah, like this is what I do. The protection of your IP. What's part of your brand. So
Yes.
registering it in the U.S. and other countries around the world. So international IP law. So really just making sure that you can kind of operate in these global entertainment and media spaces.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I can
amazing.
I can tell you 90% people don't know it, and they wouldn't know it
Oh yeah,
unless
no,
you
I
you told
honestly
them.
until I
I
met
didn't
you, I
know
didn't
it
know that was a
either.
thing.
Yeah. So there's again room for it, and hey, maybe there's an idea for you to make your own guide, your own a little book about it, because seems
Well,
like you
I
have
was gonna say, I was like, I think you,
I
I think
did
he's
write.
already started.
a
Yeah.
good yeah
I did write a book.
Mhm.
your
To
own
start.
boss.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is a quick commercial break to interrupt the flow of the show, but I hope you're enjoying it and you're getting a lot of information from our guests today. By the way, talking about earning extra income, whether working on a job or doing something else. Well, that's something else. We have the Esports Millionaire Mindset book, which you can see over here, or maybe this way. Not exactly sure where it's placed. However, make sure to visit Amazon to get the Esports Millionaire Mindset. It's another way you can actually earn revenue on the side while pursuing your esports endeavors or working your job. Thanks so much for watching this quick ad. Let's get back into the video.
A crab's patty recipe you have going on there,
The
So
secret
maybe
formula.
be the first one before, yeah, secret formula before plankton takes it away from you. So go ahead and maybe create one. Be the first one, the always if you're the part of something and you're the first one, we
Yeah,
discussed
you're
in the
definitely a
last
pioneer.
episode, then you're a pioneer in it and you have more chances. But again, it's necessity of yours, like if you even need it, if you're interested. But it seems like you know what you're talking about. I had no idea about it, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I did wrote a book. I wrote the first esports business law book. It's used by dozens of universities, and some law school. I've had a law. It's crazy. I was at like an event and some like I was talking to some kid and like he was like trying to find law jobs and he like pulls up my website and he like sees like the book on there. He's like you wrote this? I'm like yeah. He's like I use this in my class at like Miami
No
Law. I'm like wow.
way.
That's really
Wow,
cool. Like I
that's
didn't know that
crazy.
like that law class used it and
That's
like that's cool.
crazy.
And it was just like
Yeah.
yeah, like that's my book that like
You out here,
used
you
in
out here
class.
being part of classes now.
And I'm just in there, just like having my drink, like la 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 la, like just doing
Was
my
it your
thing.
first one and
Yeah,
last
and
one?
then I authored another chapter in another book that just came out, and then I
Congrats.
submitted, so that's like an esports law chapter in this esports business management book, and
Nice.
then I just submitted another article that chapter on like employment law in different countries around the world for esports. That's gonna be in this esports law book that's coming out. So, and then I'm kind of working on the second edition of my book. So that's been like a slow grind, but
Writing books ain't
it's
easy.
like I did those other things, so I kind of like keep it in there. And this is gonna be kind of the culmination of like everything that I've gathered and learned in,
Of all your
you know,
knowledge.
since the last one.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
it's like a 200-page running document of like all the stuff to add. So it's like if I can just put that into the book, it's like we're good, we're golden.
Heck yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like takes to sit there for two, how many hours to write a book. It's a lot, So
Yeah.
it
It
just
really
kind
is.
of like you have to be in the right mindset to sit there for a couple hours and really grind in it, right? Like putting 1 hour in the middle of whatever is just not. You're not gonna get into a
No,
flow.
no.
You- I
Yeah.
need like where it could sit for
Can
like
imagine.
yeah, like you need to like get because it takes a little time to like get the flow going again, and so I think that's the biggest thing is like having so many other things going on, but
Yeah.
definitely knowing that it's needed to kind of keep the information flowing.
Well, it seems like
Yeah.
you've been juggling a bunch of stuff very well. Very well.
Yeah, the
You
list
you
keeps going on. By the end of this stream, he's gonna probably add 20 more things he does every week.
Just Google me, right? That's what I just said. Just keep
Yo,
Google.
Google me. Yep, Google me.
That's crazy, man.
No, that is awesome. Um, this is just a little tidbit for me because I'm curious because I love, I love traveling. I love going to different events, meeting different people. You brought up PAX earlier. What would you think would be the one of the best conventions to go to in order to like meet someone like you and like start doing content creation and things like that and networking in that aspect?
I mean, I think for TwitchCon has kind of problem like that's the one that like I want to go to. Like I think that that's the one that has set itself up for content creation, streaming is like
Yeah.
That's been pretty
that's
nice.
the one.
Yeah.
I think that everything else is trend. Like I've having clients that are like, oh, I'm not going to PAX East this year. Like they were just like it just wasn't that good last year.
Yeah, I
Like they're not
skipped
even
last
going.
year. Yeah.
And like I was like, oh, like maybe I'm gonna go. Like I didn't go last year because like I went to Dallas DreamHack and like
Nice.
just kind of like too much too soon to go. So it was just like I didn't go but I went the previous years. And I was like, okay, I'll go this year. It's not that far of a drive. It's like three
True, you're
hours pretty
close.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's nothing. Drive hour and a half, go to the bathroom, eat, then drive the next hour and a half, and you're there. So it's like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I took a
Not bad,
train
not bad.
when I lived. Yeah, I took. Me and my friends took trains when we were in.
yeah, I like driving though. I don't mind like just like take phone calls, I listen to music.
You're
Like,
vibing.
I, yeah, like I exactly like I'll have like 5 phone calls from New York to Boston, right? Like I'll just like go through calls with clients and just call people that maybe I haven't talked to in a minute. Like, hey, what's up? I'm driving.
Genius.
Like,
Genius.
if you're back, okay, I'll be here for the next 2 hours. Just call me.
See,
So
you're
it's fun.
optimizing your time. I love that.
Always. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like part of it is being able to be efficient with your time. Where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
like if I'm driving to the city to an event, like I'm probably gonna schedule a call on that. Like it would be not a good use of my time to spend an hour in a car and not do
Just
something,
being in
not
silence.
have a call, not reach out to pretend. Sometimes I just call people like, oh, I haven't like I'm just gonna call you. Like if you answer, we'll talk. If not, like I'll move down. And,
Go
like,
down the list.
Just make sure it's on speaker. Yeah. Don't drive
Well,
and hold
yeah,
the phone.
yes, we are responsible adults. We do not
yes, no,
pick
it's
up
all
our
plugged
phones.
in through the console.
Yeah, I was like, we
Uh,
all have consoles and
uh,
Bluetooth now. No one needs to be actually on the phone while driving. Just
yeah.
cla-
Pay attention,
disclaimer.
please.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are safe drivers here.
Yes,
Yes.
please be safe drivers. Although, I mean, I don't know. I was not a fan of driving in New York at all. I lived in Long Island for a while, and that was
Sometimes you get
okay.
in the vibe of it. It's an aggressive.
Yeah, they're too
caution, I
aggressive.
call it. No, but it's an aggressive caution. Because, like, you got to know there's people coming, bikes coming, taxi drivers. So it's like you be aggressive, but you also be cautious in your aggression.
Like it is
it's
so
like
much.
decisive, right? You have to be decisive, but, like, be aware of what's going on.
Ugh.
It's like intense
Yeah.
driving, right? It's not for, like, an inexperienced driver to handle.
No,
especially during rush
no.
hour. Especially rush hour, like, that's madness.
Especially, yeah. I tell everyone, like everyone that travels, like I know, because now I live in Idaho. I'm up in the mountains, so like driving for me is easy. There's no one on the road ever. But like I always tell, because they were like, "Oh my God, you were from New York? Like I want to go to New York so bad." I'm like, just don't rent a car. Just don't rent a car. I don't think you're ready for that level of intensity.
Yeah, Ubers and Subway.
Subway.
Yep. Take a
Yeah.
subway, take a Uber, take a cab. Don't get on the road and get yourself into a problem, because that's usually what's going to
I
happen.
mean, Yeah, with the Uber, it depends on the distance though, because these prices be going up and up and up and.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
if
true.
you
I also
know-
haven't
my
I haven't
friend-
did an Uber.
Yeah,
I back when
My
I
fri-
lived in New York, I was still taking cabs. So
yeah, my friend was like, came to visit, and it was like almost $80 just from the airport.
goodness gracious.
You know?
I
It's
mean,
insane.
hey, New York is the place to
And
make
that's
money.
and that's like 30-minute drive maybe at the most.
Yeah,
In my country that would be like maybe $10.
yeah. That's a light trip. That's a light
It's
trip.
insane. Yeah, it's like times 8. Wow. But yeah. Anyway, the cars is another topic.
Yeah, I know. That's a whole nother thing. Exactly. I know. I'm like anti-car now. Like I get I get to take Ubers and stuff all the time now. I just don't like driving anymore.
Yeah, they also had a congestion pricing and all that.
Oh yeah, you guys got that. That's true.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
just want our money.
Justin, what? So like, clearly you're obviously versed in games. You said you've been gaming since Duck Hunt. What games are you currently into right now?
Well, I'm always like, a FIFA and 2K guy and Madden, so that's like, I'm always a sports guy. But
Okay.
like, I'm just again like I'm just so busy that like I really only can mess around on my phone. So I play like, a lot of Marvel Snap. That's kind of like my go-to on my phone.
I love Snap.
Alright.
That's yeah. Like I kind of have like the Pokemon card game. I don't necessarily really like it. I think it's kind of boring. But like I'm kind of like doing it for my kid, so that like whenever he's like older and wants it, he'll like have all the cards, all the everything, right?
You're just trying to
So
help
he'll
out
be
the
the
younger
coolest of his
generation.
friends, right? Like when he's 7 years old and all his friends are like downloading, he'll be like, yeah, well here's my account. I got every icon,
I got
every
all of
every
this.
card. Yeah, like you're that
Uh,
the for sure.
That's
there's
awesome.
other card games though. If you ever wanna, something maybe if you wanna connect with the kids more and genuinely like the game, there's like a different TGs. Like now the League of Legends one came out, Riftbound,
Yeah,
right?
Riftbound,
There's
yeah.
anime One Piece, right? They're huge. There's not as big as Pokemon. The cards go crazy price wise, but the market is still
Oh
growing.
yeah, I'm pretty
I've
sure there's a
sold
Dragon Ball
cards
Z one.
for
There's like one for
It's
everything.
just like a
yeah,
corny gameplay. I feel like the
yeah.
game card game on the phone. It's just like I don't know. I just like play two games. Like okay, like this is
Play
enough. Like
real life.
it's like
Collect the cards and
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
I'm
on
not
phone
doing
games.
that.
The
I don't
phone games are
even
kind of rough.
sports cards.
it's a
That's
real
been
thing.
my like hobby is sports cards. Like I've
Mm.
gotten like way obsessed with sports cards in the last like year.
Do you have a
So
Do
like
you
Oh, you have
have a
a
treasured? Do you have a
binder?
treasured one card? Like your one card you like
so
is
yeah,
like.
so for my birthday, I got Joe Namath PSA 10 downtown, which is fire. And this weekend, I actually went to a card show and I
Oh
kind
shoot!
of rolled some of the pulls into a Justin Jefferson Uptown PSA 10 and Lamar Jackson Optic Rookie 10. So
Dang,
those are like probably the three like best cards. But like
that's sick.
personally, like I have like a Mattingly rookie that's like a PSA 6 that's I love, and a Ewing rookie I just got like
Oh,
for
you really
and it's
about
just
this
like
life?
so yeah, but
But
those are like not like expensive. They're like a $30-$40. Like I
That's
think the
still.
Ewing was like
I
50.
I think that's pricey for
I
a card.
mean, yeah. What is your most expensive card you have? If you don't
I
mind
think that
sharing.
that Joe Namath downtown is probably the most,
Cause that's
pricey one. I don't even
ridiculous.
want to price it because I don't want to see what the price is on it.
You don't even want to check it yet.
But no, I don't want to. I just
Website.
it's just like
If you wanna know, let me know. I got you.
I know like it's easy to figure out, but it's just like I just
Yeah.
wanted to just not. I don't want to know how much the wife paid on it. So just let it
Ooh,
Oh, right.
that's
Like,
a
she got it as
very good
present,
point.
so it's
Makes
just like
sense.
I would
Yeah,
never
and
buy it because I kind of got
you're
an
not
idea
trying
of
to
what it
sell it.
costs, and like that's outside what I would spend on the card ever.
Right?
But you know, it's a gift, and
Dude,
it's an
that's
amazing
so
best
funny. I
gift.
never even
You
thought about
know,
that. Like, I don't even want to know the price because I don't want to know how much someone paid for that.
yeah. So like I'm gonna love it, and like it's gonna be something that is gonna always be there, and it's fire, and that's
Yeah,
the
and
best
it
one I
builds
got.
value with time. So
Yeah, and like I got like a bunch of I've been like really getting into like ripping packs and like finding like old dudes rookies and like
nice.
gonna grade them and like trying to like really work that angle of like got like a bunch of Griffies and Derek Jeter rookie cards and just like people that I think are like always gonna be people that they care about. But again,
Yeah.
it's just fun for me. Like people, I'm like I don't
Hobby.
want to like just sell and make like. I'm like
Oh,
having
you're just
fun,
enjoying
like,
the
getting
ride.
players I
You're
like.
not trying to flip the
Yeah,
cards.
like I'm not trying to do this. Like I'm just gonna build it up and like let whoever else wants to deal with it deal with it.
Okay. And that's one of the
I'm
things.
having fun ripping packs and like making and having fun with it and like have like okay, I'm gonna go into like CVS and I'm gonna get like some fucking baseball cards because
Get
like
a whole bunch, open them
what
all
else
up.
like what else am I doing?
Have you ever thought of adding that into your content? Like, because that's a huge thing right now with like Pokemon card opening packs and stuff like that.
So so pretty much like I had got really involved in like the NBA 2K League kind of at
Oh,
the
shoot.
beginning of it, and I had like launched like like a whole 2K kind of league page, and more recently I kind
Wow.
of like evolved it into like a card, tree, like just
Heck
like
yeah.
just like me, just like taking photos in front of like my art and bookcases and like backgrounds and just like I don't know, like I'm just
Hey,
like hey, like
Rolling.
I just bought this little thing, like here's a picture of it in front of my freaking platinum record. So I don't know, like I don't know, like what else.
hey, I
It's just
think
like I'm just like having fun with it. Like
that's what
I
it
don't
is. If
again
you're
like the
having
podcast.
fun with it, like it's gonna be
Yeah,
enjoyable
It doesn't
content.
exactly.
You're
matter.
gonna
Yeah,
find your
yeah,
your tribe that really wants to
yeah.
indulge in it. Cause like I know so many people that just watch other people open Pokemon cards, and I'm like, do you collect
Yeah.
Pokemon cards? No, I just like watching them do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that was kind of like I definitely am. My algorithm is definitely people opening, packs of sports cards and like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, like I just kind of like, oh, cool, and then it makes me want to. I don't know. It's just
There's a whole psychology behind it. Obviously, it's like a gambling factor,
yeah.
the
Yeah, the
anticipation,
gambling
right?
factor is what scares me.
Yeah, no,
Well, I stay
there's a
away from
whole.
that. Like I'm not buying like a $1,200 hobby box, right?
And then
People that are
hoping
spending
you
like
get something
10K
good.
on like the National Treasure that gives you 7 cards that are all like I'm good. Like that doesn't translate
I'm
for me.
fine.
I mean, I'm guilty
Like
of charge because when Riftbound came out, I tried to buy as much as I can because I knew that whatever you buy, you're gonna get at least 5 times that for a single pack because of the demand and the supply. And
So
the issue is,
you went for the flip.
well, no, the intention was to play the game, and I did,
Okay.
and I participated in events and even in a 5K tournament right here in a local New York, like a
Like one of the
card
card shops.
cafe. Yeah, yeah, card shops.
Nice.
Shout out to Hex. They go by Hex, and what happened is that I have marketplaces and I hear what people are saying on social media, and I check these cards and I have all these cards that are crazy money. I'm not talking about thousands of dollars, but I'm talking about like 200, 300,
And they're not ones that you used
400.
to play.
And yeah, and I'm not the ones that I used to play, and I'm like, hey, I have a family, I have other priorities. Let me just make the money back plus the profit and still play the game. So my intention was never to do it, but it just
It just
happened because the
happened.
opportunity. Yeah, because why wouldn't I? If it was Pokemon card, I might think twice, because again, the IP Pokemon is like so ever long lasting, right? That the market
Yeah,
will
it looks like
always
Pokemon's
probably
not ever going
grow.
anywhere.
Yeah, like that compares to a real stock market. Like Pokemon cards have been performing better than a real stock market, and it's like a real fact. If you
Well,
Google
it's
it
the
and
same
double
thing
check it.
for Justin. Like the card, like that's why I asked because like I know sports cards are like real valuable. Like I have a sports card play shop right next to my house, and I go in there to look for Funko Pops, and then I'll like walk past their baseball cards or like their football cards, and like the numbers on there, I'm like, what is happening? Who is buying this? And they're like, oh no, people come in and they if they like
Oh
Ken
hell
Griffey
yeah,
enough.
people with money. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
people with money.
yeah. They figured out how to fix it, right? There was like that whole thing with the junk wax, and like they over reproduced it, and they figured out how to like really level it up to like one of ones, like logo patches where like the NBA logo from their jersey, like
Yeah.
they figured out how to make it much more collectible memorabilia than just like hey everyone's gonna and I think that's what happened with like NBA Top Shot if you ever talked about that
Yes.
stuff that like like they wanted to be this ubiquitous thing where everyone go to the store with $2 and get a pack of cards and it's like well collectors and people that like care about this stuff like that doesn't
Exactly.
matter to them like
Yeah.
they throw
Yeah.
out like I have hundreds like I don't even know what to do with all these base cards that's the one thing from opening boxes like 800 card boxes I'm looking at
800
so many of
cards.
them and I'm just like what am I doing with all these players that nobody cares about like I'm very well versed in like the four major sports like and
Yeah.
like these are players that you have like
Like they're the
I'll give
bottom
you
of the
800
barrel.
cards and like you'll be like oh cool like I really want like a random like Fred Taylor Panini whatever it's like no it's not like a Fred Taylor when he's playing it's like just one of these random people that they put on a card to make an extra card
Yeah.
right like
Yeah, yeah,
and it's just
and
like
and
what do you do with that
it contradicts the whole TCG as well. Like, Trading card game, which is the TCG,
Yep.
it can be played. There's just also
I think so, man.
yeah, but there's also only collectibles like sports cards, right?
Yeah, where it's
But
just to
to
collection.
to mass produce in bulk literally contradicts what they are going for. The only reason why I would see them do it if it was a playable game to provide the product for all the people that want to actually participate in playing. But if it's not a playable game, then like it legit you're just like you're doing the opposite of what you're supposed to do, making it like rare, collectible, something that someone wants to
Yeah,
spend
like the
real money.
Labubu thing, right? That whole
Key control.
concept, like it's all part of that same, like you said, that psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
gambling,
exactly.
the chance. It's the
Yeah,
same kind of
Yeah, because it's definitely chance.
mechanism.
100%.
yeah, yeah. We're again alien type shit, but we human beings are very
Yeah, he likes
very
talking about human
straightforward.
beings like he's not
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
predictable.
yeah. Very exactly. We're like it's getting tiring.
um,
But yeah,
no, so moving forward, I did want to touch on this one thing because I think you would have obviously you have the expertise to answer this better than most people. Um, when someone is going to this, or when someone's deciding to enter the world of being an esports player or being an influencer, a content creator, even a musician or artist, um, when do you think is the time that you need to start investing in like an LLC or like getting your trademark set up and all that kind of stuff? Like, do you start that off the bat, or like, what do you think is the timing? What's the timeline for a person trying to start their career?
Right.
yeah,
So the caveat of the lawyer telling you to get a lawyer, right? I'll throw that one out there. But realistically, it's like when you decide that like you're actually going to do this, right? Like if you're going to spend money and time and invest and hire this and that and like start spending money on a business, like you need an LLC or corporation or whatever entity so that you can document these expenses and you can use them as write-offs and you can kind of make your money that you're investing work for you. Even if you have a 9 to 5 that's paying you on a W 2, like
Yeah.
this becomes a write off. Like if you're spending your like this is a huge misstep that people that are doing this. It's like yeah, like if you're just throwing it on every once in a while and you're not like really doing it and it's like quote unquote more like a hobby, something for fun,
Correct.
then like yeah, like you probably don't need an LLC. It's probably not gonna matter. Like if a tree falls, nobody cares about it. Who cares, right? But if you're like yo, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put in the time, the effort, I'm gonna buy equipment, I'm gonna do this and that, like then at least you should think about that. And I think
Yeah.
again, like a lawyer telling you get in, but it's like, I just had someone today that's like, hey, they applied for like a trademark, and it's like there was literally same company, the same thing with the same name that had a trademark. And it's like, well, like realistically, you're blocked because
Dang.
this is why you do a cert. And beyond that, like you probably should change your name because like now that you filed this and like you might have alerted them that like, hey, we're operating in
Yeah.
this, and they may just be like, "Oh, well, now you're infringing our trademark. Give
Yeah,
us
you
money."
have our
Right. So not
trademark.
only did you not do
yeah.
anything right, but you might have just drew a problem that probably wouldn't have ever existed.
Is a quick break to just let you know yes, you can be a master at one thing or more than others. But let's just say you're a master at event tournament organization. So I want to introduce you to LIGL Arena. It is the marketplace where you get to create your own events, collect your money for your events from your community, and you guys can all game together. So just wanted to put that out there. If you're interested in testing out LIGL Arena, our new platform, make sure you click the link in the bio to join. It's free to join and help us test it out. Thanks so much, and let's get back into this.
So it's just kind of like before you start again, if before you launch a company and make it a business and spend your time and money and buy business cards and buy a website and be like, hey, I'm Justin 1 2 3. Like you should make sure you own Justin 1 2 3, and that there's not Justin 1 2 4 that's gonna stop you from owning it, or JJ, J Justin 1 2 3.
Jay
That's gonna
Justin,
like
yeah.
so it's just like again, like telling you like to do this before, but like if you're deciding like, hey, like I want to do this, I believe in this, like I'm gonna put my effort into making it, then you need to do it right because in the off chance that you're successful and you didn't do any of it right, then you have a problem,
Yeah,
right?
then
Like
people.
this company with the same name, it's like, oh, well, it's great that you're like a big company that's making all this money, But like, if this company had a trademark monitoring service and it found that your application, whatever, all your contact info is there, all everything they need to know. Like you're probably, you're probably gonna be emailing me in a month from now, like Justin, we got this letter. What do we do? And I'll be like, oh, well,
Well,
like
you
it's
should
like
have
a
started
month ago, I
with.
told you probably had to change your name. So now you definitely have to change your name. All your business cards, all everything that's associated with that. Now there's a problem,
Mm,
and the bigger you are, the harder you fall, right? Like
true.
the harder it is to
Uh,
fix it. And it's
well,
just like, hey, like I don't know how big this company is, but like they were sent to me from like a colleague, and like, hey, like I don't know why you like did this on your own, but like any lawyer would have been like, oh well, we should do a search because this is a pretty common name, and this would have come up, and it would be like, hey, well, you probably shouldn't file this application because it get rejected, and it
Yeah.
was rejected, and you might want to change your name because like these people have the same name for the same thing, and like I don't know if they're working in the same area as you, but like
Either way,
like
they can
why are
come
you going to
back.
build a business that infringes on someone else's name? That's going to be a
well,
problem for you if you ever get to the level where they find out about you, right?
True. Like, yeah, you can
But
always fly
again,
on
if
the
you
radar,
keep calls
but
and nobody
like,
cares
you don't want
about
to
it, then
risk
it doesn't
that.
matter. Yeah,
well,
exactly. Why would you spend your money and time and the one finite thing we have in the world, which is time, on something that's going to be a problem, right? Like it, it's illogical. Again, it's
well,
hard to tell people like, oh, you should spend your money on a trademark and you don't know if you're going to be a star, but it's like, well, if you don't make sure you can own the name that you're building and you happen to be successful and like there's someone else that's kind of in the same whatever as you, good. Now you're going to pay them.
Yep.
Now we have something to get from you. Oh, you're successful under this infringing name? Good. Thankful, like I'm
Yeah.
thankful that you built this name so I can come after you and make that money. Right? Like like you're a musician and you don't get the rights from the producer. It's like good. I hope you release it. I hope it's a smash hit. And then we go to Justin and we sue you and we get
And I'm gonna
half.
take that all back.
what do you think are the reasons that people, let's say they do go all in, right? You see many people do whatever the industry it is, streaming or music, but they don't do that extra little step that is even less than the whole process of creating whatever they do, which is to do the trademark, LLC, etc., right? What do you think is the problem? Is it
It's
that
in
this
their mind they just
information,
rather
they're lazy, the
no,
information
they just
doesn't
rather
get to
spend the
them?
money on something else, right? Like in their mind, spending $1,500 to do a trademark or whatever, for a couple, 5, 7, whatever it is, depending on your state, to make an
Yeah, depending on what it
LLC.
is.
It's
Yeah.
like, well, I'd rather spend the 500 on this, right? Like I don't need, like like in their mind, they don't realize the benefits. Where like literally, you're gonna make an LLC. If you make an LLC, the fees to make that LLC are a write off, so you literally get that money back
Yeah. You just gotta. Yeah. You gotta
because
Bad
spend
that's
it.
a business expense. So like
so they're
the
making bad
trademark as an
investments.
expense, like so again, like but they're not, again, they're not business savvy people. Most of them, creatives. As I love
We're
creatives. I
creatives.
work with a
We're
lot of
creatives.
talent, but like business and like talking about that stuff, they don't want to. Right? I've had producers who are like, Justin, like I don't want to put this agreement in front of the writers. Well, it's like, you know what?
You have to.
You have to.
You have
Because
to.
having to figure this stuff out on the back end and trying to make people do what we need when there's a big pot of money on the table, it's a big problem. And
Yeah,
like,
but
trust me, they're gonna sign it before there's a big pot of money
Yes.
on the table. And once it is, the deal changes. And I've had it happen. So it's just kind of people are, penny fool, right? Like it's like dollar whatever that slogan is.
I
It's
know
like
it's. I
spending
know exactly which one you're
$2,000 for
trying to
like
hit.
legal fees to get everything in order. They'd rather spend that on X, Y, or Z, right?
Yes.
And like eventually they'll maybe make the LLC when they go to an accountant because they got this 1099 for real money. It's like, oh, well, you did everything through your personal account, so now this is way more of a problem and more to figure out than if you deposit all the money in the corporate account and you
Yeah.
went to Best Buy and you used the paid boost with Instagram and you just literally operated the business the way any other business would. And people don't think about being a content creator, being a musician, being a streamer, whatever, podcast or whatever it is from that regard, right? But you would never start a business without doing that, right? Like
Yep.
any other business that's not entertainment, you wouldn't make like a car repair shop business without an LLC. You wouldn't make it in like
Correct.
any other business across the sun. You wouldn't do without that.
You wouldn't
But
start
for some
without
reason,
getting that part
creative
laid out, that foundation.
that-
But
That's my
any
question.
creative,
What
like,
is the
would rather spend that
reason?
money on something else. They'll pay
Yeah,
for it later.
but is
It's
it
not
being
as important as this, right? It's not as important as this right now because in
but
their
they're being
mind it's like,
told that it
oh,
is. If
it's
you
a piece
tell
of
them,
paper.
hey, yeah, but if you tell them, hey, you need to do this because you will make more money, you will make money back, it's gonna protect you, etc., and then they still don't do
Well,
it.
see,
And
that's
again, I'm
Yeah,
just
different.
curious.
See, I think the
it's a
But
problem
shame, man.
is
Trust me. Like I'm preaching to the choir. Like
like I
I
think
go
it
out to these events.
I
And
think it's
think,
a lack
yo,
of
like
education though, because like
that's my
I'm
point.
guilty.
It's
I'm guilty, Justin. I started everything before realizing I needed to get an LLC and like get all my stuff set up, and like so that's all the thing that you were talking about. Yeah, no, I lived that. It sucked. It was a fucking hassle. I was like,
so
if I would have thought
so
about this in the beginning, but I just didn't.
it's lack of
No one came
information.
with the education to be like, hey, you should probably get an LLC. Hey, you should probably trademark your name.
that's
Hey, I see you doing
that's why I
something.
kind of on my Instagram, my content evolved to like, why should you get a trademark for a content creator? You know, like if you notice what I've started to put out more Instagram, it's like
I did
you know
notice.
30,
Fire,
45 second like
fire.
what is publishing, right? More ever like you
Yeah,
know like why you should form an LLC, like kind of some
yeah.
of the stuff that you're talking about. I've started to integrate because, like you said, how else are people gonna know unless the people that know tell you?
Yeah,
Again, I don't like to give, you know, it's like that's why there are people that are successful. And like, you know, I think that what I've noticed, and I know we've been around for a while, is in the more traditional entertainment worlds, the music, the sports, there's a lot more understanding of agents and managers and lawyers and
yes.
kind of where, like from Arliss to Entourage to Jerry Maguire, like sports, like it's
There's
more of the
things that you
folklore,
can
pop
figure
culture,
out.
but like content creator, streamer, gamer, like all this new world, it's not part of it, right? Like you have people just blowing up because like they did one, two, or they did whatever, and like
And they're
now they
not
have
telling
crazy,
people
right?
how
Like
they
I had
did it. They're just blown up.
like this no this creator I worked with, like this guy's skeptic, like he was like this 13-year-old Fortnite player, and like he got a clip of him like killing Tfue and it went crazy viral, got like 6 million views, and like then he got signed by like a big esports org and was like
Nice.
competing in the Fortnite World Cup and like went crazy viral, and it was just like literally overnight like this happened, and it was just kind of like a 13-year-old kid dealing with this.
Yeah.
I dealt with him later, kind of after the initial storm when he was a bit older and
Wait, you
kind
said
of
Nader?
you know what
Who? You said you were working.
skeptic his name is.
I'm sorry, I missed that one
What?
part. You said you were doing what? Like,
I kind of worked with him a little bit later in his career, so not kind of initially when he was like a little kid, but like
got
a
you.
little bit later. But like, the idea was that like out of nowhere he just blew up insane, right? And
Yeah.
like getting millions of views on like a thing where like now you're on this rocket ship out of nowhere. So like you're not going to be prepared for that, right? Like I don't know when they made that LLC, when they trademark his name, but I know they have it.
Yeah.
But
Now.
like, like that was the moment that you just poured in money, and like, like it would be great that it was in the corporation that you were able to recoup all the money you spent properly because it this money wasn't just going to your account, right?
Yeah.
Like you were, you're able to now take that windfall and not get creamed on it from taxes, because that's what happened. Like I have clients, and it's a shame that made us like we're not going to talk about the zeros, but so much through their personal account, and they did everything wrong, and I told them to do everything right,
Oh.
and it's just like if I go back on my conversations on
Yeah.
Discord, it's like, hey, did you do
I
this?
told you
Then
already.
like a couple months later, he's like, Justin, you're gonna be so upset. Like I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything you said. It's like I'm not upset. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
my
it's not
money, but
my
also like,
taxes.
come on.
You did
It's
your
not my
part.
taxes. Like I'm not
Yeah,
paying
you
Uncle
did your
Sam
part.
$1 zillion because I didn't do anything right. So it's
Yeah.
not my problem. I did my job by telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You
all
did
I
what
have.
you could.
And like I think that's why it's like I could, a lawyer telling you to use a lawyer, like blah 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 blah, right? It's like that talking sound from Snoop, right? Like wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
I
So I
trust me.
usually
I
say like
understand.
people are gonna realize it when someone they know gets really screwed, and it's like, oh my god, if they got screwed, what about me? It sucks, but like that's really the way the world works, right? Like
It takes a. It
me
takes
too,
a. I mean,
right? Like
I
oh
learned
man,
the hard
they got
way.
screwed.
I
Me
have to
too.
mess up and then learn it, and then be like, all right, now I know what I did wrong. That's how now I know what to do right. But like, it'd be really nice if I just got the information and then be like, all right, let me just set everything right from the start, so that I'm not
Well,
worrying about
tell
That's
any of
it.
this.
why,
My
yeah, I
website.
mean,
My book, man. Check my website. Check my book. It's all there for you.
there you go. I was about to say there has to be a guide or a
Oh,
book, and
he
it
is
has
the
to be
guide. He
somehow,
is the guide.
yeah, but it has to be somehow. Even like if
Buy
you
it on
start,
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, everywhere books are sold. Hashtag ad.
Let's go.
I kept trying to poke around to see a copy of it. That it's like in arm's length, but I don't know where it is. I
I
don't
was
want to
like,
get
I
it.
maybe it's
wanted to
time
see. I
to.
was like, hopefully, if I go to Barnes and Noble, but I'll get it on Amazon.
Wait, there it is. Okay, well, this is not my usual MO, but let's just grab it because you kept talking about it.
Since we keep bringing it up,
Deals.
the essential guide to the
That's
business
what's
and
up.
law of esports and professional video games by Mr.
By
Justin M.
me.
Jacobson himself.
That feels amazing,
Make it
probably.
rain on
Yo,
it.
that's fire. That is so
Enjoy.
fire, dude.
Available everywhere books are sold. Get it on Amazon and leave a good review.
Oh, heck yeah. Of course. And that goes for
Everyone out
everyone
there, listen
listening.
to that.
Please check out the book. You said it was on Amazon as well. Leave a review. Let them know, cuz that is gold. If anyone doesn't realize that, like, when I started doing, or even when BKB started doing esports and I started doing like content creation, none of this existed. None of these there was never a book. There was no one that even a lot of the times people would even say that a lot of people gatekeeped and like, oh man, I have this success. I don't want to let anyone know because I don't want it to ruin mine. And so no one really told anyone what they were doing. They would just pop up. So having someone like Justin here that's actually going through it, and then not only that, but giving everyone the knowledge possible so that you don't have to make the crazy mistakes that everyone's been doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
gatekeeping these entertainment worlds is definitely, part of it. It's like you don't give away the secret sauce for nothing. Like that's kind of always a dilemma. It's like people go, "Oh, well, you can do a much more in-depth thing." It's like, but I'm not gonna do a 3-minute explanatory thing on whatever. It's like, hey, this is the 40-second appetizer. You want the 30-minute
Yeah, if you want the
consultation?
full
Like,
thing, yeah.
you want to pick the
Yeah.
everybody wants to pick my brain, ask me a couple questions. Like, great. This is the cost. Like, let's set it up. I'm
This is
happy
the
to talk to
cost.
you about everything and answer whatever questions you
Yeah.
have.
Sometimes
This is
You
my
know, you can
job.
send me whatever you want ahead of time, and I'll
yeah.
check it out and let's talk.
Information can be sometimes very pricey,
Oh,
or
it's very
some
pricey.
information can be
Hey,
also
Abraham Lincoln
priceless.
says. Abraham Lincoln says the value of an attorney is their time and their knowledge. That's what you're paying for. The expertise. And if you know the answer, then you wouldn't need to ask me it. If you were so sure
Exactly.
about the answer and you knew
Yeah.
better, and if you trusted ChatGPT, then you know, Godspeed with ChatGPT.
I was like, I could tell you,
I'll
I've already
go on
asked
the other
chat. It
side
doesn't
when it
help.
messes you up, like LegalZoom,
It tells you the most
right?
basic
That's always been
stuff.
the funny thing in my career. People are like, "Oh, I did my trademark on LegalZoom." I'm like, obviously you messed it up because doing it on LegalZoom is already a trap. So it's just like it doesn't. You don't know how to click the right buttons through legal. It's just like that's the truth. It's like they
See.
don't. Like, I clicked this and this. And like, well, that's not what you wanted to click. Like, your whole application's worthless. We got to start over now. So you just threw away all that money for nothing because you thought
For
you were slick.
nothing. Yeah.
Like it's kind of like if you would just came to me, like maybe it would have been a little bit more. But now you're gonna have to pay that plus you had to pay what you paid for
Yeah,
nothing.
exactly. Now you're paying on top of it instead of just paying
Yeah.
the one flat fee. And that
Yeah,
and
that's
what
penny
you
right,
were
penny rich, dollar poor kind of concept, right? Like whatever. It's like yeah, like there's certain things that you do right and don't do on your own, right? It's like oh, like yeah, could you file this? Can I make the LLC and get the EIN? I'm like yeah, you can. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
no.
But if you want to know that it's done correctly and that it's done the way it's supposed to be done, like that's what you're paying me for. To know that it's like yo, like I'm gonna hand deliver you everything you need to go into the bank and make your account
Yes.
right? And if they're like, "Oh, I need this or this," like, okay, well, there's that, like I'm gonna do
Yeah.
like give you what you need, right?
You're right.
And it's just like
There,
there's so
there's a
many
real,
times,
real credibility behind it,
Yes.
basically. If they go, unfortunately or fortunately, there's a lot of information. Everything's available nowadays on internet. Internet is where it's at, right? Like even guides or for video games back in our old times, if you was good at a hero, they were really not like there were some hero guides obviously, but they were not in so much in depth or
Yeah, no, they like you said, they
yeah,
don't give you
Yeah, it was just
everything.
like how to beat Zelda, right? How to get all the stars in Mario, right? That's what we had.
Yeah, that's what we
yeah,
had. We didn't have
exactly.
how could you start a business properly?
Or just like how do you use the new character in League of Legends? What are the like with Marvel Snap? It's like what are the new decks? Like what are the new
What's the
cards?
meta
Like
deck?
that's that
Yeah.
kind of content, right? Like again, that's
Yeah,
not evergreen content, right? It's like analyzing the new card is
true.
only matters when the new card comes
Because
out,
once newer
right? Like
cards come
but
out, people are
tier
gonna look for
list of
that.
cards is evergreen unless until new card, like semi evergreen, but like
Hmm.
Yeah,
tips on how to play the game, that's evergreen, right?
Yes.
Like, my best tips for building, for climbing the
For
ladder,
creating a card or
that's
creating a
evergreen.
deck or something like that. Yeah, that's a very good point,
Yeah.
dude.
So,
yeah.
Excellently said.
So my point was also just to emphasize on the credibility. That's why I think a lot of things that AI is might take over. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I was
Some
like, oh no, AI
majority
is not
things
taking
that
over
um,
anything.
yeah, majority things will be the jobs will be taken, but again, there are some jobs that need the credibility behind.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah,
It's something that
I want you to think, flip that thinking, because of AI, more jobs that require human intelligence are crucial now. They're even bigger. They're gonna be a more because like yeah, even in the place spaces where AI don't touch, like I don't know, okay, my sister, his school teacher, uses AI to like help her with her like daily plans, and I was like, that the AI didn't take over because that you have to input that information into an AI. The AI can't take her job. She's just using it as
yeah,
a
can't
tool. And
kids
so
and deal with
like
kids.
jobs that have to have human interaction, those are going to be because of AI now they're more now you can put more value on it. Like, "Oh, you want me
Right? Like I say
consulting?"
AI in my hands is way different than AI in other person's hands,
Exactly. I
right?
was like,
Like
"Oh, you want to consult?" Like, "Oh, now it's going to charge more because yeah, you probably already went through ChatGPT to ask that same question, but now you're
oh,
asking
that's the
me."
worst. They send me these emails, and it's like I know, like and I just start. It's like, yo, like, don't send me your analysis from ChatGPT
Oh,
of the
I hate
contract.
that.
And if you want to, that's great, but like, I'm gonna factor that into the price that like you think that I'm gonna look at your thing, and I'm gonna see what it has to say and like what it thinks should be in here. And I'll take it under advisement,
Heck yeah.
like what's going on here and what you think. And some of it is just like complete rubbish. And
Exactly.
I've had this like where it's just like, okay, that's great, that's cute. Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
like
neat.
thank you for this text.
That's
It's
the
very
nice surface
unnecessary.
layer
Like
of it.
it's just like yeah, that's cute. Like yes, that'll look good in like your PowerPoint to your
That'll
boss that
look good
means
on a
nothing.
PowerPoint.
But like it's
classic.
not like relevant to like this actually what we're trying
So
to do.
actually what you need
And
to
that's
be get done.
okay. It's great. It's just like, okay, you want to put it in Chat GPT so that whatever, it's great. But I'm not going to argue with what Chat GPT says.
Oh,
If you think
heck
that
no.
what it says is like what it
Waste
is,
of time.
like Godspeed. Like back at that. Like, yo, like if you
Like if
if you
that's
want
where
to
you
go with
think the
whatever it
information
thinks and you
is,
don't think
then
that what
go
I'm saying
ahead.
is right, like I'm okay with that. Like I'll give you your money back. Have a nice day.
That's what
Like
I'm saying. But
good
that's what I was
luck.
saying. That's what's gonna make the human jobs a lot more valuable because people are doing it already using ChatGPT to like have everything like they're just asking it to control their lives instead of putting the information in to help. And so like they're getting these stupid generic answers, and it's like okay, of course. If you ask a ChatGPT about anything in law, it's gonna give you a very basic information. But if you go to an attorney, you're gonna get a breakdown on everything so you
Do you want to know
actually
why?
understand
I'll
it.
tell you why.
So I
Want to know the reason? This is
go ahead.
this is the reason, and this is what I was telling someone. ChatGPT knows what we tell it.
Yeah,
ChatGPT only has access to what we lawyers put out in our little articles.
correct.
We don't put out the stuff that
You
matters.
don't put out
No one's putting
everything.
out the sick Warner. No one's putting out the Warner publishing deal or the Sony this or the stuff that matters in the industry. Like, you're not seeing the League of Legends
Yeah.
player deal, the
Nope.
Activision, like the caster deal for Call of Duty League that I have on my computer. Like, you're
Facts.
not getting that. No one's ever getting that out there. ChatGPT is never going to have that. So again, ChatGPT is pooling the internet, but what's on the internet is only what we,
Yeah, and
the
it's only the
chosen,
basic
put out.
layers of things. Exactly. It's
Yeah,
not the
like
full
what
And
is
it
a
doesn't
knowledge.
have
what's
to
a
be
music publishing
true.
agreement? I mean, you could find that. You can Google music publishing agreement, but I guarantee you, the music publishing agreement that I'm gonna make you is gonna be way better than anything you're gonna find. And I
Exactly.
see people giving me this stuff all the time, and I'm just like, this is cute. Like, thank you. Like it's good because it organizes your thoughts a little bit, so I can see like where your head's at with what you're trying to say. So it does
It
help
helps in
me a
that
little
terms.
bit.
Yeah, it helps you. It makes your job easier.
Yeah, it just makes
But
your
it
job easier.
also,
Yeah.
if you're gonna argue with me or start saying like, "Oh, well, this ChatGPT says we need to do this and this," it's like that's
No.
great that that's what ChatGPT says, but like that's not what I believe.
Yep. I'm
So
telling
if
you what
that's
you
what you
should
want to
actually do.
believe, good for you. And as a lawyer, I should put my opinion in writing. Like, as I mentioned, like I disagree with it. This is what I have to say. Like, please proceed accordingly at your own peril. Have a nice day. Thanks and be
Proceed
well.
at your
But
own
if I
peril
ever
is
end my
crazy.
email with thanks and be well, I don't like you. Like, that's the end of my conversation. If I say thanks and be well,
You know it's
be
not. It's
very
like, yeah, you're done. You're
like
washing your hands with
that's
it.
like I've never delivered like if I say thanks and be well, that's the like I really hope I don't hear from you again.
Yeah, please don't contact me again.
Like thanks and speak soon, or thanks and have a great day. Thanks, looking forward to contact with you. That's friendly Justin.
Yes,
Thanks and be
yes.
well. That's like you know,
I
that was that
understand that
show, The
all too
100.
well.
Like float yourself. Go float yourself, my friend.
Go float
I'm trying
yourself.
to do that.
Hey, is that a 100 reference?
So yes, it was.
Yes. But all right, Justin. I
Damn it.
realize we've been having such great conversations with everyone that we did go over the hour time, but it's okay. I loved the information that you provided us. You gave us so much to like really sit and chew on. But I do want to hit you with one last question, and it's gonna be different because um, you normally I ask like what's the path, like what's a good advice for someone that wants to be in your industry, but I feel like a better question would be what's the best advice you can give someone that is starting, that is looking for your help. What would be like the advice that you would give, not like the business things, not anything like, and not any juice, but like something that you would tell someone that is like pursuing esports or pursuing content creation.
Nike said it best. Just do it. Right? I think that the hardest thing that everyone does is they hem and haw and oh, I'm gonna do this. They plan and this and that, and they wait for the perfect stars to align and the planets to come in. It's like, that's not how this stuff works. You just do it. You get momentum. You go this way. You think that way. You go this, that, and find yourself. I think that a lot of people hold themselves back from doing whatever it is
Yeah.
because they just don't do it. Like it's just it's just that's what it is. It's just not being ready to just take that leap. And yeah, like you said, the podcast, like I literally just put it out there. Like I didn't know if anyone is ever gonna listen to it. I didn't know if the 10 listens was me looking at
If
it
it was
five
just
different
me.
times. Like refreshing it every time to make sure that I was going on the link and it worked. Like I don't know, but like it wasn't about that. Like I wasn't doing it to get like a million listens and a million views and like get like Nabisco and Ciroc to give me money. Like, I don't need to have the Ciroc happy hour on my podcast.
Yeah.
That's not what I was doing. But like
Genuine.
that is what people. I feel like a lot of people in every area, but especially these entertainment creative worlds, is they wait for the sun and the stars to align for them to just do it.
Get up and
I
do
think
something about
you
it.
have to start. You build it, and you're never gonna be on the path that you're probably gonna end up on. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
And if you never start, you're never gonna start. Like that's the truth, right? Like if you never start, you're never gonna start. So like
I like that.
that's right. Like that's just the price. It's like like one of these days, it's like you want to, and that's what I'm saying. Like when do you get a lawyer? When you start doing this? Like when you're ready to do this. When it's like like I'm gonna spend 4 nights a week from 7 to 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna stream, and it doesn't matter if there's 5 viewers or 5,000 viewers or
Mhm.
two people in between, and then I'm gonna chop up my stream and I'm gonna put it on every social media and I'm gonna tag it up. I'm gonna put $3 behind every post,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do that twice a week. I'm gonna spend $6 times four is $24, right? I spend $25 a month, which is all set up the LLC
Yep.
times 12 months, right? Like, and then if one of the things hits, you give it $5 extra. Like, oh, this is popping off. Let me throw $5, right? We're not talking about put 5,000.
Yeah,
Like
not putting
we're
about
not
huge
talking
numbers.
about
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah,
But like, you got to start somewhere. And like, even with the content creator with the collector with the cards, like I've been just taking pictures over the last year, and like now I'm getting more artsy with them and like
Look
having
at
fun with
you.
them, and it's like this week I put like $3 behind two posts, and like, like every time I look at my phone, I'm getting more followers and more likes, and
Yep.
it's like, I've done like 60 or 70 posts on it in the last few weeks just to like get it going, and it's like, but again, I'm doing it because I'm having fun and I don't care,
Yeah, you're
right?
enjoying
Like
it.
that's
yeah.
yeah, like I'm having fun like staging the
That's the
cards and
most
like
important thing.
trying to be
If you're
creative.
not
It's like,
having
oh
fun,
Yeah.
yeah,
if you're not
so
having
like
fun,
that
it's not gonna work out.
That's the problem
Just
is that
yeah,
people wait for everything to be perfect before they start, and then it just kind of passes by, right? Like
Yeah.
it's never going to be the perfect time ever.
Nothing is perfect.
So
As
I
as
just
a human, you can't make anything perfect. I
yeah. I
agree.
took that lesson from you, Commando. You started posting,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
dude. You
again,
never like.
yeah, just yeah. But you got first of all, you have to do it right. Nike, just take an action, but at the same time, you have to like it.
Yeah,
For
you
it
really do
to
have to
find the
enjoy it.
success, you have to like it, but the success doesn't have to. I don't think it can be the primary thing. At first, you have to enjoy it, and then everything else is just gonna be a byproduct.
Yeah, you turn a passion into a
So yeah,
career.
that's a very good advice by Justin. And hopefully, whoever sees this takes it into account.
Yeah, no, for sure. No. Hey, thank you so much. We do have to cut it short, but Justin, if you really want to quick give what you're up to, anything that you're upcoming that you're looking to share with the world, where we can find you, all that kind of good stuff about you.
Shout outs,
we
whatever. Stage is
yeah,
yours.
well, thanks so much for having me. Definitely always fun to have a great convo with you guys. So, everyone out there, I hope you learned a thing or two. And, my check me out on Instagram and everywhere, Justin JESQ. My DMs are open, so I'm always happy to connect. And jmjesq.com is my website. So
Yep.
a bunch of articles and stuff that may give you, some stuff that you're looking for, or maybe like, oh wow, there's so much I need to talk to Justin. So,
Maybe I just
you
talked
know,
to him. Yes.
oh, so I'm here and always trying to, help, impart
Hey,
wisdom.
and we appreciate it, man. Seriously. Thank
Yep,
you so much for
exactly.
joining us for the Fireside Gamer Stories. And, I'm your host, Commando. This is BKB. And please, guys, if you guys need any kind of like attorney or law help when it comes to starting this journey, please reach out to Justin. He is the go-to guy right now.
Links will be below, so you can
Yes,
click
we
it
will have all the
directly
links
and
as
see.
well.
Yeah,
So yeah, no,
that's the
thank you
man to
so
go
much.
to.
I really do
Thank you
appreciate
again.
it. This
Yeah.
was such a chill time, man. You're an amazing person to talk to for real.
Pleasure, guys. It was wonderful, and definitely we'll do this again sometime soon.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But till next time, guys, we will talk to you later. Be easy, be safe, love one another, and be well.
And just do it.
Eeh,
Just do it.
just do it. Do it. Just do it.
Perfect. Nice little cut on
Appreciate it.
that. Thank you so much, Justin, dude.
Thank you, Justin.
Pleasure, guys.
You
It was
are,
great.
and honestly, it's funny. So I
Idaho, what's
recently,
that like? What's like going from like New York to Idaho? Like, what is that like?
dude,
Or
like
Iowa? Which one did you
it's
say?
weird.
I
It's
forgot.
weird at first. Like it obviously it's weird. Like I'm from the Bronx. So I'm used to fighting people all the time, screaming at people, and like just constantly being a ruckus. But no, and then you move to Idaho and everyone like waves at you. I know all the people in my neighborhood. Like they all love me and shit. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Oh,
Plus,
he's the new guy
the
with the
cost,
crazy hair.
the cost
He's
of
the kid with
living,
the crazy hair.
the cost of
From New
living is
York.
crazy.
The crazy guy with
cheaper.
the crazy hair from crazy New York.
Cause what? When I left New York, I was paying $2K for a room for rent, and now I pay like $800 for like a whole house. So
I mean, yeah, you can't compare living in New York to Idaho.
Yeah, because yeah, I
Come
use
on.
all my New Yorker stuff. So like, I still have all my resumes and stuff. So I still get the same. I still get the same pay for any job I do. But now I'm not paying fucking an arm and a leg for everything I go about. So and it's a lot more peaceful. There's
Yeah.
quiet. There's no like trains running every 2 seconds to wake you up. It's fantastic. I suggest everyone should move to a nice rural spot and just settle down.
One day.
I feel it.
Yeah, man.
exactly.
Like I think I was telling you yesterday. I was like, dude, a lot of my friends moved to Connecticut and Pennsylvania. I was the only one that decided I wanted to be on the West Coast. I was like, yeah, I just feel like it'd be easier on the West Coast because, like you said earlier, like I love my favorite convention is TwitchCon now. Like I love going to TwitchCon, and now that I live an hour flight away, I can go every year, opposed to like, yeah, living in New York, I can just go to PAX West and or PAX East, and like I didn't see the return on investment on it.
Yeah, no, it definitely went downhill. And I was like, the fact that he told me he's not going, like, oh, if you're not going, like you were always like such a good like staple for me that like I don't want to go either. But then this other guy's like, oh, I'm gonna go and you should go. So I'm like, I don't know.
This
It's
year I'm gonna
all
try to
very
go back because I like PAX East not because of like the because I have made a bunch of business deals and it has been very successful for me over the years. But now I kind of go back because like all my East Coast friends will be there and like it's like a family reunion kind of situation. I get to see everyone I don't see all year. So now and then it's I mean it did up its prices this year. I did see that and I was like,
I mean, I don't pay to go to any of it, so I
I was like
wouldn't.
maybe like they probably shouldn't
Yeah,
keep
like,
up
I
with the
don't pay
prices.
for passes, bro. What do
Also,
you
you don't
mean?
pay for passes. This is my year. This is my year that I actually applied to be a media and content creator for all the things I've gone to.
Well, usually I have like a client or two that are exhibitors, so I just get like exhibitor badge.
Oh, you just take their exhibitor
Damn.
badge? That's what my friend does. I'm like, how the hell do you have an exhibitor badge? He's like, oh yeah, my friend's his one indie game is there. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah, so it's
Called privilege. But I earned
Privilege,
one.
man. Some nice privilege.
But I
exactly.
earned one.
Earn one like I have.
I earned one.
So have a good night, fellas,
Yeah, take it
and let me
easy.
know. Is
Yeah,
this
I
like
will.
live or like how does it work?
Yeah, so it's live
Oh,
on YouTube. So if you ever want to go back to it, like right now,
Well, I'm
you
definitely gonna
can.
share it and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
what we do normally, so I also record it, and then I cut it. I kind of shorten it down so it just has just the podcast episode, and then our the owner of IG Long Island Gaming League, he goes through Opus and then he puts it in, cuts it up, and then we just shoot a bunch of clips and stuff, and we can send you all the clips that you need and anything like that. So, cause yeah, we'll just
yeah,
start
man, just
posting it
tag me,
everywhere.
whatever.
Oh, of
well, we
course,
can do that. Yeah, of course,
of
100%.
course.
Just if you want
No,
your
cool.
own, want your own.
Yeah, cause yeah, the
Content.
whole goal for this podcast is like, yeah, we want to put you put you on the pedestal essentially, and then make sure that everyone can contact you, and like we want to have people flow into you as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, you have the best flow into it because everybody wants to be a content creator. Everybody wants to be in esports. So literally, you're gonna be annoyed.
I hope so. So yeah, definitely keep me in the loop,
Of course.
and
Yeah,
have a
no,
great rest of the night, guys.
no. Appreciate you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
You
you
take it
too.
easy.
Thanks for coming here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'm gonna hit up the firesides.
Green.
Oh no, we got two today. Remember today's Wednesday.
Oh, we have two.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, yo,
Right.
get something to drink. Get you like a 5-second reset, and then I'm gonna start the next one.
Holy.
Because
So I have another one.
it's
But
8 right
hold on.
now. So in like, oh no, we have like 30
Huh?
minutes. We have like 30 minutes for the next
Huh?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in like 30 minutes, we're gonna have to hop into that
In
other one.
30 minutes.
which I'll just make it right now. BKB.
Who was it? What's his name today? The second guy?
This is the Fireside. So there's two guys. They're
Oh, the two guys. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
an
I got it, got it.
acting duo.
Yeah. Hey, that's very good news. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying, man.
I see that.
Yeah, no, I still have. There's like two more people that I have that are like 100%. They're down. They're just trying to figure out what time that they want to do it. But it looks like right now, it looks like so far around this time is when everyone is the